Hello everybody. Sorry I'm late. I messed up with the cat food, so I had to kind of rectify that a little bit. Because we can't have our royalty go hungry, can we? So, new comic page today. Yay, we're making very good progress of that one this year. Even though we started kind of late in the year. Also, I have news today, which is the shop. I finally managed to update a couple of listings, which has been somewhat overdue for 2-ish years in part. So, yeah. Kind of shop things these days. Okay, I kinda need to, arrive here. The whole messing up of the cat food kinda took something out of me. Okay, now we need to do this a little bit differently, so... Feet. I tell you, whoever designed these just did that to mess with artists. Oh, and... was it in here? Yes. Let's not snap, please. Thank you. Otherwise you get all of this stuff up here, like... when you zoom in, the brush will always snap to the border, and it's not that bad when it happens while you're sketching, but later on when you're inking or coloring a comic page, not so good. Well, yeah, how has everybody's week been? So, imagine him sliding into the frame from the right. I think I might even put the foot a little bit more over there. Okay, I don't know where the cats are, and this is making me nervous. I have a feeling that they will be fighting over what food I put out. I'll be right back again. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I definitely messed up with that cat food. The way I did mess up is, the store I usually buy my cat food through and the usual, brand we are getting, or I'm getting for the cats. They are not currently carrying that. They did say that they are having, difficulties getting it delivered. So I had to buy another brand, which, you know, it's fine, it's not their fault. And usually I get those like aluminium, I don't know what they would be called, like these little rectangular tins, you know. And then you have the cat food there, and it's just really easy to portion their food and also make sure they are both sitting still when I turn it around so they can have their food. And yeah, so since they didn't have that, I went to other brands, and let's just say the other cat food sold in these tins, I'm not impressed with the quality. So I got cans, and to save a bit of money, I didn't get the half cans, I got the normal sized cat food cans. However, they are only getting like half a can per serving for both of them. So I put the remainder into the fridge this morning so that no flies and stuff can get to it, given that cat food smells just a bit and attracts flies very easily. So I forgot to put it out of the fridge, to put a long story short. So now the food is colder than they're used to. My poor neglected kitties have to eat cold food. I was thinking this morning that I should put it outside of the fridge when I get home, so it has time to warm up again. But yeah, Elise was giving me the mother, what this? This ain't food. So I gave them some dry food as well, so they kind of have at least something here. Or to put a very long story even shorter, I'm the worst cat mom. So I'm not sure what I'm really doing with this pose. Because none of the legs really look right. Oh, you know, he's giving my leg vibes. get Grandpa out on the sub view. So I haven't drawn him in a while. He wasn't on the last couple of pages. Let's try this nose again from scratch. Because painting over something that isn't quite right is not helping right now. kind of feel like I need to put a little bit of a cleaner sketch on top. It's a problem when you haven't drawn your characters in a while. Trying to get them just right. Not that easy sometimes. Alright, we've got the main character all sketched out. And now I will be doing the very lazy thing and go into previous pages and so I'll just save this one and then just copy paste some things out of there because I'm lazy. So let's see, where do we have the dead people? There. Mood, yeah. Hi Standard Fiend, how you doing? Look, we already have a perfectly dead body here. No need to do that again. Okay, good, that's fine. Great. Great even. So, now where is the dead body? There's the dead body, okay. There we go. Time to copy this right over here. Look, perfectly dead body. No need to sketch that out again. There we go. I'll have to re-ink it, so everything's crisp and stuff, but why make it hard when you can make it smart? So, let's see, the other dead body. I don't think I've got a clear view of that one. Let me just make it a little bit larger so you can have an idea what I'm looking for. What's the matter, sweetie? Yeah. The cat is still looking for stuff. So, but yeah, I would be looking for, if it would open, kind of like this body. However, I don't think I've got something I can just copy over that easily. So we need to do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, if you hear some scraping sounds in the background, that would be Arno. And making sure that those cat food cans are definitely empty. So let's put that a little bit further away. Oh god, what kind of clipping I gave them. So, I did not make reference sheets for either of them. For none of them, to be honest. The only body who has something like a ref sheet would be Grandpa over here. And yes, he is affectionately called Grandpa. Even though all of these characters will be like around quite a lot. Also, as feels loud on my end. So. Okay, now for the background over here. We can be lazy once more, because stuff is already there. I don't think I'll just get it right away. I'll just do that later. Let's see, let's just go over here. Let's put some of this over here too. Okay, now. Alright, I think we've got something to work with now. That's amazing. Let's also make sure that this is kind of closed back here, because he came from like right over there. There's a comic about it, I think I have asked. This particular comic is more of a short story, and it is more of a prequel to the story I'm working on in novel form. So this is basically about a group of witch hunters teaming up with one particular mage in order to bring down a necromancer. And the way the story is told is basically we are starting at the climax and then spiraling back and forth between the present and the past a lot. It will make a lot more sense once the comic is further in with the pages, because currently we're at the end of our first flashback, and I think it will really make sense at like the third or so, when people have kind of established a pattern for themselves, which is definitely one of the reasons why I am not posting it publicly just yet. I do plan to eventually, but kind of want to be further in so I can give people a little bit more every week or something. So yeah, and since I'm calling him affectionately Grandpa, he is the grandfather of one of my characters in the novel. So yeah, the storytelling is a bit on the experimental side. Again, I'm not sure if it really will resonate with people in the end. I just thought it would be fun to make. So, yeah, doing that. The curse of digital art. Putting down a line, Control C. Putting down a line, Control C again. There we go. Okay, I'm not sure if the microphone is picking it up, but Arno is meowing. What's the matter, sweetie? Are you still hungry? Okay, apparently not hungry. Especially when you're trying to match the form of another line, yes. Like, there are bootlaces all over here, but I've got a trick to deal with these without having to match everything perfectly, so we'll do that after we got this boot down. Whoops. I'm not happy with that silhouette here. Let's make this a little bit different. I think this is a bit more in keeping with what this boot actually looks like here. I'm also pretty sure that these boots look different in every single one of the pages. Because again, I didn't make reference sheets. Whoops-a-daisy. Like even his reference sheet ends before the knees. Very modest. I'm not showing any knees here. Let alone ankles. Can you imagine? Yes, too spicy. We can't have guys run around and show their ankles off. What will the women do in that situation? Like, they'll be throwing themselves at them the entire time. Hi Gex, how are you doing? I'm doing quite well. I was mean to the kitties because I had their food in the fridge and forgot to put it out in time for it to warm up. I am the worst cat mom on this planet. So let's make a new layer. Got. Yeah, let's go with 10 for now. And then take a white brush. So I think 10 is more than enough. We'll adjust that. No need to worry about that. It's too hot here today, chilled food sounds ideal, yeah. I would think the same, but my cats disagree. They're used to room temperature food. My cat was looking at me like, Mom, what's this? This ain't right. What happened to room temperature food? Not that they actually have any grounds to complain on. They got some of my lunch today. I had some roasted duck from the local Asian place, and they each got a little bite of the ducky. So that looks way better in terms of thickness. Let's put you out a little bit. Yes, crispy duck is the best. I think I still had food for myself in the fridge, but wasn't feeling it. So after work I just went there, picked up some takeout, and the rest is history. Because I ate that takeout like nobody's business. Alright, let's rasterize the layer. There you are. Merge it down, and then let's convert brightness to opacity. So everything that was white is now not opaque anymore, very transparent. And everything that is black is very transparent and wonderful to work with. So let's go back to a previous brush size, and if I remember correctly, and yep, he did have some of these. So let's see if I can make head and tails out of this one, because that was a bit of a beach to sketch. Or maybe we need a cleaner sketch. We'll try. And if it isn't working, we can try again. got visitors coming Sunday. I have to host people who are not sociable for a week. An entire week. I feel you. If people aren't gone after the second night, I go crazy. Living alone has made me so spoiled for peace and silence and just being alone. I have two thoughts about that hat. For one, it doesn't look bad. For another, it is definitely not in size relation. Hi PP, how are you doing today? I hope you're not in meeting hell again. Let's put that into the sketch folder and try again. The beauty of digital art, we have unlimited options for retrying. It is a blessing and a curse. No meeting hell, but I need to do a performance review on an employee who's doing terrible work. Oh no. Oh no. Why are people doing that to their supervisors? And you know, people, there's something new today. Because I finally got new listings up at the shop. I've been pushing some of these in front of me for like 2 years now. And I decided to celebrate that. Every item that is in the new category is going to get 15% off until August 22nd, so like a week from now. And if you are a member on my Ko-fi, you get your 10% off on top of that. So that is something that I finally finished this week. Getting all of this set up and having it make sense. Now I do not want to make a shop update for another 2 years or so. So yeah, let's see if the bot works for that, because I think with the shop command it might need a while. The bot is a bit of just on the slow side. Or did I disable the shop command? No, I did not. There it was. There. Yeah, there's the link. And the code. The code is also on the stream layout today. Probably will be there next week too. His fingers look a bit pointy. Which is not the worst thing. This is kinda small on the page. Nobody will see that. Yes, I still have some wood slicers. I still have the owl, the wolf, and the pluted. I kind of want to make more, and I also have some wood burning tools that I have been wanting to make stuff with. But ask me if I haven't done anything yet. The answer is no, I haven't. One thing to keep in mind though, I know specifically the US is having quite a customs situation these days, so I hope you're not getting plastered in new fees and stuff. I honestly have no idea how bad that might turn out at the moment. So, if you're afraid of that, I definitely understand, and don't spend your money on my stuff. If you need it to live, you know. I do not depend on selling my art for a living, so I don't mind. In fact, I have not even promoted my shop in, yeah, I want to say 2 years or so. So yeah, also just hydrating for a second here. All right, there we go again. But yeah, I don't depend on art or selling my art for a living, like at all. It's more like the other way around. My job pays for my art. So if you can't buy anything, don't worry. Stuff will probably be there for a while. I definitely don't heavily promote my shop. Like, yeah, I would be thrilled if some of the stuff would finally leave my house. But also, there are worse things than having your own art around you. You know. And yeah, that whole custom situation is amazing. And I'm also pretty sure I will run different coupon stuffs in the future, so yeah. The current one again is available till next week. Friday at midnight my time zone, which is Central European time. +1 because we're in summer times. Because I also wanted to give people a lot of time to think this over. I think we should have more time changes. BP. No. This one is messing more than enough with my brain already. No matter which direction it goes, like whether we get our hour back or we lose it. Although I will concede it is worse when we lose it. BP. That would mean I have 0 sun anymore in the winter. I mean, I know there were some people who suggested more of a gradual change. Like, say we have +1 for summer, like May to September. And then in both April and in October we would have like half an hour difference, and then go back to actual default time again. And like on the surface, I feel like that might help mitigate the abruptness of it, but on the other hand, that will just be total chaos. For 3 months, change to keep it fresh. No. 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 Like, I'm one of the lucky ones. I have flexible work hours. I can go into work whenever. When I feel like time changes really knock me out, I can go in later if I wanted to. But I want to say that most people do not have that option. Some of them are in vital positions, like in education. And they also have to deal with the not great situation for the kiddos. Picture it, sunrise at 11 a.m. I'm picturing it and I hate it. Yes, Gex, I do indeed choose to go in early, because I'm a weirdo. My mantra for that is, the people who come in early can go home early, you know? And where a lot of people stay at work till like, I don't know, 5 p.m. I'm like, the day is over at 5 p.m. I can't. I want to be home at like 3:30 at the latest. Yes, I do indeed choose a 4:30 a.m. alarm. It's not even 5 a.m. I'm getting screamed at by that first song from The Greatest Showman every morning. When I have that soundtrack on in the car and my phone still has that alarm from the snooze, that is amazing, I tell you. I'm up at 5:30 on Sunday to fetch my guests. It's the middle of the night. I'm sorry to say that I'm one of those pesky early risers during the week that then also wakes up very early on weekends, so 5:30 I'm awake. I'm just trying not to let the cats know that I'm awake already so they don't beg for food just yet. I'm not even in bed when you're waking up. BP, you are also 6 hours behind me, so... It's not even midnight for you at that point. Still the previous day. Not just a guess, that is a true factoid, you know. Very true, very fact-ish. So, yeah, that does not work. Let's assume this is already foreshortened. So, some comments on this here just yet. I like how this light looks. I do not like how this one looks. What's your bedtime then? 6 p.m. I do get sleepy at 8 p.m. and I'm usually in bed by 9 p.m. This is sad, I know. Which is also one of the reasons why I once again missed the Perseids and did not get to see Shooting Stars. My first and so far only Shooting Stars that I've seen in person were in Scotland. I think that was a sign I need to go back to Scotland. Okay, we will try to sketch this one out a little bit better. So one method for sketching out feet for me is kind of like the sock method, basically. like I get this whole triangle shape for the middle of the foot, and then for the toes, I do kind of like the sock part. There goes the ankle. Very spicy. I think it helps a lot when thinking about feet in that kind of way. Are you sure that wasn't a riot? No, nope, those were definitely shooting stars. I was on the Isle of Skye, there was shooting stars. I was on the Isle of Skye, there was nothing else going on for miles around me. So yeah, pretty sure. And God, the employee is 5 minutes late after he asked me to do this at this time. I hope they have a very good excuse. But if they don't, then that would kind of add to the whole performance review thing of, well, you asked me to be here at this time and you were still late. How do you think that reflects on you? Question mark. Well, thank you for reminding me to never be in charge of employees, because I would be going crazy with that kind of stuff. I have no plans on climbing the corporate ladder. I want to work my hours, go home, and not be bothered anymore. I think it's irresponsible to ask me to be on time. Well, it's one thing if somebody else sets a time, but if you were the one to request that particular time slot and still not be on time, that is not a good look, in my opinion. Especially in a work setting. I love being a supervisor, but I got conned into it, yeah. That's how they get you. They say it is fun. You get more money. I mean, that part is probably true. It will be a breeze. But my thing is, I kind of want to stay buddy-buddy with people, and you can only do that to that kind of an extent when you're their supervisor. Because you're also the one who has to correct them again if they do make very silly mistakes. More money? Not even more money! You showed up, okay. You can do this, BP. Usually pretty punctual, to be honest, but then I don't have a boss to answer to. I'm free-ish. Yeah, I mean, you have Holly to answer to. But I assume Holly is pretty easy to get in the good graces again, you know. Give some traits, things are going to be fine. Okay, let's work some digital art magic once more. This one is a bit white. Okay, that's better. Master is merged down and convert brightness to opacity once again. She's a pain in the backside when I need to do stuff. Hoovering the floor, for example. She decides she's going to lay on the floor at the exact moment. Yeah. I know that feeling. However, the kitties do not like the vacuum, so they will leave and make space. So, let's ink this guy once again. I'm being a bit less accurate with this guy's boots. He is dead. And he is not the focus of the scene. So. Okay, let's save this once again. And do some finger stretches, because I've been using a lot of pens today. Okay, very good. So let's put her over here, so I can use her as a reference. Oh, I just noticed something. Forgot to ink his other eye. There we go. That was a quick fix. Also, I don't know what it is with me today, but I am drawing heads way too small. Oops.
Has anyone ever told you? You have a beautiful voice. It's a true gift.
The gift is from the collective. A vocal subprocessor designed to facilitate the sonic interface with Borg transponders.
Let's try something a little more challenging.
You are my sunshine.
It's a simple melody from Earth's 20th century. A good piece for beginners. Sing.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms.
That was flawless. But try putting a little more emotion into it. Like this. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. See? Computer, add instrumental accompaniment. On to the chorus. Together now. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray.
You'll never know, dear,
How much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Almost forgot. She does still hold her sword. If only loosely. Okay, we go best by using parallel lines on the ruler. I think. Yeah, that should do. There we go. Let's get that back in here. Can draw something with a center line. Now I'm again at the point where I need to look up what her boots looked like. I kind of wanted to give all of them some different iterations of boots, and that is going to come back and bite me at some point, like right now. So let's try this again with the arm. she is hanging there like an overripe fruit. Okay, let's find out what her boots looked like. I think we should be okay with just having a little look. Well, didn't see a whole lot there, but this should do. Oh look, there are simple boots. I like this. Way to go, Past Sophie. Way to go. Ooh. Oh, it's not quite the way I wanted it to go around, but okay. Well, in a weird twist, now I feel this head is a bit too big. Making it smaller is easier than making it bigger. Alright. Let's make Grandpa mad. Noses are difficult. It's amazing how many tools there are not being to me. Your screen looks like the flight controls of a space module. I mean, are there that many? I guess I'm just used to how drawing softwares or general visual softwares are like built for user interfaces. But yeah, I guess it's a matter of being used to it. But yeah, generally speaking, what hands sword of a god? I have no idea. Nope, AI does not have any ideas, because AI is a gotcha machine. Just relying on luck. But yeah, generally speaking, you've got your color wheel over here. Then you've got your general tools like selection tools and different variations. Basically a tool where you can just grab the object on a layer. Switching. Color picker and text tool. And then you've got your brush tool, and I just have very, very many brush tips in that tool, so I know people who have more, I know people who have less. But I've been at this since I was 14, I want to say, that I've gotten really into digital art. So I collected quite a few over the years. It's been nearly 17 years, so yeah. And got your blend tool for when you need to make something very smooth and kinda let it vanish. Funnily enough, the blend tool doesn't blend all that well. You got your eraser, your fill bucket, which only really works when you have filled outlines. My liquefying tool, which basically lets me tweak lines in different ways. I got rulers, specialty rulers, more specialty brushes, and some cleanup tools that I don't really use. So then color history, colors I've used, and then I can just modify the brush tip that I have equipped. Make it bigger, make it smaller. Again, there are a lot of brush tips over here that I have amassed. There are a lot more in these different tabs. Then we got our drawing window over here, which is currently split in two, because I use this as a reference over here, and then use this to really draw on, which at this point is like not even half the screen. Up here we just have like new, open, save as different file types, undo, redo. Yeah, you can hide stuff up here too, so yeah. The sub view is basically just another reference. This is the history I've had, so every tool that I have used, or every stroke that I'm making is basically recorded in that history, and when I go back you'll see it'll jump back up. We've got a navigator just showing us the entire picture. We love him. The current zoom level, how it's currently oriented with rotation. I mean, you have different presets of how to fit it to screen and stuff. It makes it easier sometimes to just zoom out again. And then you've got your layers, which are kind of like different pieces of paper on top of each other. Some are transparent, some are opaque, depending on the layer mode you're selecting. Yeah, again, I've been at this for almost 2 decades, and it pains me to say it like that. So, this kind of stuff just comes naturally at that point. Kind of like, since we're listening to music right now, as well, kind of like musicians know their instruments at some point. Like, they don't really have to look deeply at the instrument to get certain notes. They're just very used to it, they are very familiar with it. I understand the layout thing. I used to use something similar making ecological maps, and I use Canva a bit for my crappy coloring books. They're probably not crappy, but yeah, I think Canva uses the layering similarly at least. I've not used it to any extent. It just feels like yet another thing to get used to, so I already have my drawing programs, I can use them for a lot of stuff. And on the other hand, graphic design is not my thing. I can draw, alright, but when it comes to something like designing logos or some stuff, I'm a bit lost. Like the logo that I'm currently sort of using was originally made as a pendant or key charm, something like that. And I'm just like, yeah, I kind of need something as a logo, let's just use this until we come up with something better. That was years ago, I still use it, because I haven't come up with anything better. I think you find it very basic if I can use it. I need a subjective for my next one. Hey, what have your previous ones been? Maybe we can brainstorm another similar topic that kind of aligns with that. Okay, now we need to redo this part. That doesn't quite align the way I wanted it to. But that's fine, this is digital. My brand is all spooky, paranormal, and cryptozoology. The last one was zombie pirates. I think with putting lines down, even though you have them in your face when you're angry and stuff, or contort your entire expression to something, the more you put in, the older people look when you're drawing them. It is so weird. I guess it's the harshness of the lines when you put them in like this. So, zombie pirates. I mean, I've got zombie animals, kind of. Well, I guess you could also kind of touch on folklore and get some cryptids from that. Sending a link to it. Okay, I'll have a look later. Made 11 pence in royalties a month ago, not the money spent right up to it. Yeah, a lot of artists know that coloring books specifically are not necessarily where the money lies. I mean, there was quite a hype on TikTok, as I understand it, for coloring books for a while there, but as with everything TikTok does, it turned into overconsumption, and yeah, I've already got 3 or 4 cryptid books. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Ideas in and of themselves are not really copyrightable, so no need to split anything either. But yeah, I got my little zombie fox. Don't know if I've shown him on stream yet, but let me open his some of the art I've done of him. There we go. Zombie Fox 1, Zombie Fox 2. More Zombie Fox, more Zombie Fox. Got a bit of zombie foxes here. Yeah, it's not very well nutritioned. But basically in that story of mine, the mages of a couple generations ago opened a rift from another world into their world, into the prime world as I keep calling it, because I have not come up with proper names yet. And those Wraith, when they come into the Prime world, they are basically unable to exist. So they are more like a fuzzy shape. However, they kind of figured out that if they manage to slip into animal carcasses, basically, they can kind of exist. So, yeah, he is basically a specter wearing a fox carcass, like a suit. There's not a whole lot of meat left on him, like that. He doesn't even have a tongue. And sometimes he sleeps, being a little bit eepy. And whenever his, like, black dust stuff touches somebody, it kind of gives, like, a burn reaction. Since he's basically kind of pulling all the energy out of people. Yeah, he has very glowy red eyes. You're kind of like flesh pedestrians. Yeah, and he could tell a story about a lot of the injuries this fox has, or this fox suit has by now, given that most of them happened while he was in possession of it. Like, he got his face burned off by somebody with a torch. Somebody stepped on his little toe here. Like, there's no toe bean here anymore. Poor guy. Somebody tried to eat him. So yeah. And again, the ribs are showing, like, oh yeah, you can't see my mouse. Not very well, but you can see it. Like, the ribs are definitely showing. He's a good boy and always ready for cuddles. Like, look! He likes cuddles. My little zombie fox. Like, he's not actually a zombie, for that matter, but definitely looks like one. It's definitely the easier way to describe him to people who have no idea what's going on. So, making use of that. I mean, I also have a grumpy old guy who is currently stuck in a horse body, because he messed up. He used to be some kind of a primordial being, very powerful, very much into shapeshifting, and then he kind of sorta got killed, or something that is close to getting killed, specifically for that kind of primordial being, and now he is stuck as a horse. Because that is what he was when he got killed-ish. So the soundtrack kind of makes me want to replay all the Assassin's Creed games. At least up to Unity. Everything after that is still very much a toss-up. Speaking of playing games though, there's something I have been thinking about a lot recently, and that is streaming games again. I kinda did that in January, given that I just have a very, very busy work schedule in January and did not really want to force myself to work on art. But let's just say streaming games does not really perform all that well on YouTube. In part because my channel is very much art and art lifestyle focused. So people who come to this channel, they aren't here for the games. So I've been thinking about potentially going back to stream on Twitch when it comes to games. And maybe do like Tuesday game streams or Monday game streams. Not quite sure about the schedule just yet. I would also have to experiment a little bit with what works and what might not work long term for me. So yeah, well, that is something that I've been thinking about. So now one thing I do need to know. How did I draw eyes? Okay, I did not draw the pupils and stuff. Okay. Some cool lore you've got created. I may have to steal it from Choose Your Own Adventure book. I know I got around finishing. Yeah, I have done a lot of getting stuff set up, and I'm still working on the outline for that story. It's a whole thing. Just takes me a long time to really think things through. I tend to get too caught up in the smaller stuff the entire time. It is something I need to work on. But also this month I kind of work ahead with a lot of YouTube stuff, given that I will be on a vacation next month where I can't work on stuff. So I need to work ahead, because the algorithmic overlords need to be pleased. Because right now, even though like I still don't have like a bajillion followers or something, but that follower counter has been going up pretty nicely, and I don't really want to lose the momentum. And I hate myself for that. You want to play a co-op, not on Steam stream. Barely ever dipped my toe into multiplayer. I keep thinking you should be less antisocial. I don't really like co-op games all that much. Like coach co-op or something, that is fine. A multiplayer, I don't know. I've had one experience with multiplayer that was pretty good, and that pertained to Assassin's Creed Unity. There were some of the mandatory, well, sort of mandatory missions where you needed to do some co-op stuff, and I did that with a friend. That was pretty fun. But other than that, I'm very much into solo games. I think you're pointy enough here. I've been telling myself for a long time now that I kinda need to get into Star Wars, the Old Republic, like the MMO. Because I recently, and by recently I mean it has been over a year already again, replayed the Knights of the Old Republic games. And I kinda wanted to see more of it, where it could go, but turns out I don't want to see it all that much, because I would have to download an MMO and then play that stuff. And while I know that you can do a lot of stuff in that MMO on your own, at some point you will need to find other people to do stuff with. And I'm like, that is exhausting, I don't want to do that. Like, sometimes I just start a game, do like one little cutscene, and then decide, okay, that's enough for today, and I can do that with solo games pretty easily. But when you have other people kind of depending on you being there at a certain point in time, that makes things complicated. I've tried it once or twice, but can't stand lots of people talking over each other. Yeah, that too. Oh, I was done there. Okay. Let's get all of these layers off. I'm done with the blood layer. We can leave that one. And like currently, I am playing that Pokemon trading card game app. Or app game, I don't know. I'm playing that one a little bit, and there is a PvP aspect to it, as in the cards you collect you can turn into decks and then play against other people. And honestly, the moment people start to flaunt their really rare cards during a game, I'm just out of there. I do not have the patience for you to show me what kind of ultra rare cards you have, because you pump so much money into an app. For what, I want to know? Because Nintendo just needs, or the Pokemon company I guess, just needs to decide that they pull the plug on the server at some point, and then you have like nothing left. With real Pokemon games, Pokemon cards, you at least have the cards, and they do have some kind of value to certain people, so there's that. But these are digital cards and you can do nothing with them other than use them in the app. So I'm like, Why are you pouring thousands of euros into this? It doesn't compute for me. Kind of like when parents find out that their kids have been using their banking information or credit card or something to buy skins on Fortnite or to buy Robux, I think they are. And I'm like, okay, they're kids, they don't understand the not permanence of things just yet, but why? This is all just digital stuff. They pulled a plug on the server at some point and you have nothing to show for it. Never played a Pokemon game somehow, and literally no idea about them. But I've seen how crazy people get about trading cards, yeah. Like, I used to have a lot of Pokemon cards, but I think it was last year or the year before that, a coworker was just talking about how her son was getting into them, and she was like, they're so expensive, and I'm like, you know what? I still have massive amounts of these. How about I give them to you, and you can give them to your son when he's done good things? So they serve the purpose still. I only have like a handful left where I really like the art or where I'm a big fan of the Pokemon. But yeah, specifically with the whole trading card thing, or the online version of a trading card thing, I don't get it. How people can go so crazy about that stuff. And like Nintendo would not be, or the Pokemon company, that they would not be the first people to just leave a game behind because it wasn't all that profitable anymore for them. And I mean, it is Pokemon. No, I didn't check if they were valuable cards. They were very old cards, so some of them probably were valuable just by being old. But I really just wanted them to find a home. Didn't want to make a whole thing out of it. I probably gave them a treasure. Well, you know, it's alright. I was never in it for the money. Oh wait, now your ponytail's not long. But yeah, with physical cards at least, I can see some kind of value, like at the very least in a post-apocalyptic setting. You could use them to start fires, you know? Kinda like lint. So they would have a use. God, I have a feeling that people would not like that. What? I mean, could have exchanged them for goods and services like KZD merch. I already have so much merch. I know I could use more, but I already have a lot. My thing is often like, I really have to like merch to really get it. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to buy it. And while KZD has a lot of cool merch, there's just a lot of it also that I don't see fitting into my place. And I don't need to buy it just to have it. And another thing that I've kind of imposed on myself these days is if I buy merch, I need to know where I'm going to put it before I buy it. If I have no place to put it, I'm not going to buy it. Okay, what was my brain thinking here? It doesn't have buttons on both sides. If anything, it has button holes here. Oh, brain, you're tired, aren't you? I generally stick stuff I can get signed, but we'll be grabbing some bits in Prague. Maybe a hoodie or something, yeah. See, when I'm traveling and it's a piece of clothing or something, I'm like, okay, we can think about this. Because clothing, you know, you can wear. So logically it will find space in the closet or the drawers or something. I mean, I do have space in all of them. Because I do not have a whole lot of clothes, to be honest. I loathe shopping for clothes. So, let's close this one as well. Oh, need to go on the right layer too. Right, so I need to know the color of the stalactite that got you. So I think most of my clothes are at least 20 plus years old. Though I tore the crotch of my trousers this afternoon, so that's the end of these ones, yeah. That'll do it. Okay, I don't think I've got it closed by specific shapes. Oops. Oops. But it works out, hey. Isn't that nice? I did a good. And you know, the one that I kind of erased earlier, I filled it again. But yeah, regarding clothes shopping and stuff, I think if I go shopping for clothes once a year, that's a lot. It's just most of the time I don't want to go. Yeah, that wouldn't work. Okay. Oops. Let's lock the layer. Planning a tea, alright. So, I feel like we're definitely getting done with the flats today, because I only have his eyes and a little bit of rouge left. Oh well, the mouth. But that one's an easy one. There we go. But yeah, we still have this one's not like that. Okay. So we also need his eyes up here. Whoops. Let's give him a little bit of life. Giving him a little bit of color. Yeah, that looks like perfect makeup. So, first up, let's blur the shit out of it. I think we need another. There we go, that looks good. Let's do this on multiply and reduce opacity. Let's get this on a clipping layer so we don't have anything outside the outside of the colors we've already laid down. So I got that one in here, and then also some blood. There we go. That is bloody enough. Alright, we've got the flats of the characters, ain't that nice? So for this one, the background will be very easy. We'll just be grabbing this purple, select this so we don't go over and have to erase stuff, and then we're just doing this. So easy. And we can do just a little bit more. And I will probably make it a little bit more dramatic with some layers on top later. But that's fine, we've got this one. This one up here, I kind of want to leave until I have this one down here, at least inked and flatted, since he is still standing in that one spot, so you can just use that one, blow it up and refine it. You know, doing the smart work, not the hard work. Sometimes I do be smart. Going for jacket potato with a can of tikka masala. A classic combination for men who don't know what they're doing. I mean, if it gets you fed, it gets you fed, so you know that part at least. So, in case you think that this background looks a bit weird with her dangling in front of it, that is indeed the case. I will apply a layer mask to the character folder afterwards to basically get her sword tip and foot to vanish behind all of this. Alright. You return! So, how bad is it? We can place that here, and then we just need to figure that out here. Amazing, can keep track of which layer is which. I've been known to swear it can, especially when objects are linked. The easiest way I go about it, let me just do this really quick. I've got auto actions set up that basically do what I, like the steps that I recorded, like, that kind of recorded. Oops, there's a D. And I've got the setup specifically for the page so I don't have to fiddle with the measurements all the time. And then I also set up my folders over here. There, let's do this. And I basically have a sketch folder, so anything with sketches will be in there. Anything with backgrounds will be in there. Anything with the characters will be in there. And then I basically, let's go back in here, have this setup where I have the inks on top, so nothing goes over them in that folder unless I have like overlay adjustments later on. Then I've got the flaps, so they are base colors going through all the inks of that character. Then some adjustments. Again, we gave him a bit of color. Oh no, that was the plot one. There's plot over here. And yeah, some adjustments on top. And after that, I will put shading on top of that. So that's the basic layout of all my layers in here. come close this one again. So yeah, I have a specific workflow for that, so I know roughly where things are. He took it well and owned up to it. Well, that's something. I hope he will change his ways a little bit to make sure that doesn't have to happen again. Canva is basically finger painting compared to that. See, but there's nothing wrong with that if it works. Because, I've seen a lot of people do really cool stuff with Canva. And if you have a tool that you know how it behaves, you can do a lot of things with that. In Clip Studio, when you first open Clip Studio after either downloading a trial or purchase a license, you have basically every kind of window that they offer. Like all of these where I don't have a check mark in front of it, all of them are open. And somewhere on this entire screen, that stuff is bound to overwhelm new people. Because you kind of need to set up your workflow specifically, and especially when you're just starting out or something, having it simple like with Canva is definitely beneficial. Once you know where you kind of want to go with stuff and you know the terms somewhat, it is a lot easier to go from there, but you need to get to that point first, and for that, simpler programs are often the answer. Like even Photoshop is a lot easier to get into. But, F Adobe. No, I will actually say that out loud. Fuck Adobe. I do plan on making a video about my full painting process or workflow in Clip Studio. Just don't know when just yet. Canva is a pain these days for you? Oh, what has Canva been doing? Ooh, the AI push. That thing, okay. I mean, from what I heard many moons ago, all the AI assets in Canva have been sourced through licensed stuff or public domain. I do not know how true that is anymore. And the other thing is also, if they depend on Leon, I think it was, for the LLM, then there kind of still is some stolen stuff in there, unfortunately. So, yeah, but yeah, the AI push. God. You know, in that regard, I kinda hope my washing machine, for example, gives out earlier than later, so I actually still have the chance to purchase a dumb washing machine, where I still have to, like, turn wheels and press buttons. But also if my current washing machine wants to live until Kingdom Come, I'm fun. I'm game. Well, you don't want an AI-powered washing machine, just what about— No. No. I don't see the fun in it. Like, I was talking about that to my mom the other weekend, or it's been a couple of weekends already. And she was like, oh yeah, our dryer and our washing machine can connect to an app. And I'm like, okay, so they can, but you haven't? That's good. If you don't have it connected, they can't break it from a distance. At least not as easily. Yes. Yeah, if AI is watching, I always say play some thank you to all the computers, all the machines. Please don't put me on the eradication list on the top spot. Thank you. The all-new Samsung Thinking washing machine with free therapy? That therapy is way too expensive at that point. It sends a lot of sauce on your shirts. Have you been nervous? Oh dear. The thing is, I wouldn't put that beyond them. Washing machine has a Bluetooth symbol on it. I don't know, maybe your phone will just, start the washing process on its own? In the middle of the night, perhaps? And without a load? But you see, generally the thing is, I hear my washing machine more than my phone. Like on weekends, I barely look at my phone. My family knows by now that trying to contact me, it's going to be a pain. They generally need to write me an email, because I'm at my computer a lot more than on my phone. My coffee machine has a Wi-Fi module I can get for it. My coffee machine needs to have a person, I had a cup, I don't make a cup. But what if you want to program it so you just have to put a cup in it in the evening, for example, and you program it to make coffee at a certain time, and then the coffee is cold by the time you get up? That would be amazing. You miss out on the aromas of fresh ground coffee, and that's half the reason to have a machine. See, I don't get that, so yeah, you do you. The way I make coffee, like 3 times a month, if even, is by putting the instant coffee powder into a cup, have my electric kettle boil some water for me, and then I add that. And sometimes I even put more milk into it. And currently my coffee powder is also mixed in with some cocoa, Because I was running out of space and I was like, okay, let's just put the cocoa powder with the coffee and basically have a cocoa coffee. I've had teas made machines since the 70s. I've always wanted one. Okay. What's the matter, BP? Am I a heathen? Am I heathen enough? I am. Oh, I am a heathen. I've invented cappuccino, basically. I mean, the instant coffee powder that I have is technically already a cappuccino powder. So, I'm just making cappuccino with extra steps. And in the most heathen way possible. Caffeinated hot chocolate, yeah, basically. Okay, I just had to look what Arno was doing. He's being a very nice boy, he's just getting clean right now. Don't know why he got dirty, but he's getting clean right now. So, let's get the texture into the background here, and I think that will probably be the last thing we'll be doing today. And then I'll do the whole shading and everything on my own time, sometime this weekend or during the next week. And then I need to think about something we can do next stream, because I have no idea. We could start another comic page. Or, I don't know, do something else for a while there. Not sure yet. Let's get some of that darker thing in here. A deep dive into your real feelings on AI. I would need more than 3 hours for that. However, I can sum them up as I hate it. Like, I've recently seen somebody have an interesting take on it. Like, we keep saying that why does AI go after the creative jobs and not the menial jobs and tasks? And somebody was just like, so you do not value the menial jobs either? You're okay with them losing their jobs? Is that right? And that made me think, like, no, that is not right. So basically, I am still very much anti-AI. So something we could do next week is do some traditional art, something in the sketchbook. I've not used the Artex markers in a while, so that might be something to think about. Or something in gouache. That would probably be fun too. Haven't done that in a while either. But I'll definitely stream next week, given that next Friday will also be the last time you can use the coupon. You know, here, let me get the chat. This coupon once the bot is at a point where it recognizes that somebody said something. There we go. Alright, we've got some basic shapes down, that's good. Whoops. Oh, we're still wrong window. So let me just get this one instead. I know how this one behaves better than all the fancy brushes back there. So basically just giving the impression that there might be more stalactites and stalagmites back there. Just with some color shapes. No need to go crazy. I say as though I wasn't going crazy with these comic pages anyway. Nice lady boy. Yeah, that's right. Okay. What can we do about that? Okay. He said more food. More food is always a solution to an ailment, isn't it? Isn't it? Hmm? Okay, yeah, you can lie down there. MVP says hello, I know. Yeah, I've been the worst cat mom earlier today. So to cut a long story short, the food I used to feed them is currently out of stock, and the place where I buy the food can't get it because it's not possible to have it delivered at the moment. So I switched to another food, which comes in cans rather than my little like tin cups, whatever. It's not a cup. Anyway. So I switched to something that comes in cans, and to save some money, I didn't opt for the half cans, which would be like 1 food serving for both of them, but went for the normal sized cans. So that is basically 2 food servings for the kitties. Well, I fed them this morning, everything was peachy, they ate, everything was okay. They liked the food. And I put the food into the fridge, because currently it is just way too warm to store that kind of open stuff just like that. And then I forgot to put it out of the fridge in time for it to acclimate to normal room temperature again before feeding them. And so they had cold food. They are not used to cold food. And this is not what they signed up for when they moved in. Elise was very close to just refusing food altogether. And I was like, sweetie, I'm about to start streaming, we can't do that right now. So I gave her some extra dry food, just so she has something. And that seemed to have helped. But, yeah. I'm the worst cat mom, I forgot their food in the fridge. Tea is nearly ready, so I need to sort that out. I'll have to want to have. Alright. Enjoy your food. You need to interview 3 people next week. Oh no. Can you hire all 3? Can't I just be a silly little boy? See, here's the thing. You didn't refuse the promotions properly. Instead, be like me and just tell your supervisors. Yeah, I'm not doing that for a while now. Or for a while there. Maybe I'll think differently in a year, maybe not, but I wouldn't mind just coming in, doing my work and being done. Oh, okay, sweetie. Yeah, okay. It's my fault, me and my people pleasing? Yes, yes. Should have just said, no, sorry. But, on the other hand, you might have ended up with a douchebag instead. And like, I'm sure people would prefer a bougie person over a douchey person, so... I can only hire 1, but I did offload the decision making, okay. That's something at least. Okay, this is a good one. I guess my stairs numbers.
Into the corner of that galaxy,
Let me just make this a little bit louder for you people.
on that planet, is a city called Mantua. Go straight ahead, past the fountain, turn right, then left, and right again. You'll find yourself walking along the water, listening as a man sings of his beloved's unfaithful heart. And even the fish begin to weep. Quando la donna è mobile.
La donna è mobile, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensiero, sempre un'amabile, leggiadro viso, in pianto, in riso e menzognero. La donna è mobil, qual piuma al vento, muta d'accento e di pensier, e di pensier, e di pensier.
Tuva!
Janeway to security. Get a team to the mess hall right away.
Stand back! He's been seized by the Pon Farm. A neurochemical imbalance is driving him to mate. We won't be able to reason with him. Tuvok, I understand. You are a Vulcan man. You have just
I will die on the hill that says this is the best Voyager episode.
Paris, please find a way to load a hypospray. I will give you the sign. Just
Or at least one of the best.
find.
They have a couple really good ones.
Synapse is blazing. It's all so very illogical. Illogical.
Course Oblivion, oh no. Oh no. No, not that one. Oh my god. Oh, Tom saying goodbye to Balana? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, can go. Okay, let me rephrase. This is the best, more comedic episode, not necessarily the best emotional episode. Memorial. Which one was Memorial? I'm pretty sure I know it because I've seen the show a couple times. But sometimes the episode titles don't match the ones that I see because, stupid German. Oh, that one, yeah. Yeah. That one is heavy. Honestly, it is a miracle the Voyager crew lasted this long without a counselor. real life. Was that the one where the doctor simulates a family to experience real life? I think that's the one, isn't it? God, wow. That one has me in tears a lot too. I just wanted this perfect little family. Okay, we've got this background textured. And now my wrist says, please stop for the day. Alright, we got pretty far. I can work with this and just get the shading on this in an afternoon or so. And then we have another finished page, yay! Let's also save this one. So, okay, I don't have it in my quick opens. Let's close this one, close this one, and also close this one. Okay, so the page we're currently working on is this one. And let me make this a little bit more apparent. This one. So the next one will be this one here, and I'm thinking we could probably do that one next week, or I'll try to paint some landscapes in my sketchbook with gouache. It's a bit of a toss-up at the moment, because I've been looking at my photos from Scotland again this week, and just a moment, music is about light for me here. So yeah, I've been looking at my photos from my Scotland trip again, and I kind of want to paint some of those landscapes. But I don't know when to find the time. So that's been a bit in the air. So I might just do that for stream next week. Or again, otherwise work on a comic page. But here's the thing. The comic pages, we've got plenty of them. And they are not even finished yet. Whoops. So we've got time and plenty to do. There's no rush with them. And I think I don't even want to start making them public before I'm like over here in this range. So we've had basically 3 flashbacks and a couple of present parts of it, so yeah, I kind of want to wait until then. So that's about 10 more pages, so probably nothing going public till next year summer. So again, we've got time on that one. So yeah, probably gonna try to do a sketchbook session. Haven't used the gouaches in a while. And hey, we might also do like 1 page of gouache, have a bit of a break in the stream, and then do the other page in acrylic markers. Because I also haven't used the Artex markers in a while. you know, I spend a lot of money on them and then I haven't been using them. It's the whole collecting art supplies and using art supplies. Two different things. And we want to combine them a little bit more. It's crazy not using a thing, so yeah. Weird. So yeah, let's call this a stream so far. Again, if you use the code NEW15 on the shop till next week, Friday, you can get 15% off all the stuff that is listed in the new category on the website, on the shop. And if you are a member of my Ko-fi, you do get your extra 10% off on top of those 15%. Cause not gonna lie, I do have a crazy margin on those stickers because I'm making them myself. Yay. Alright, let's give this over to ending. So that nobody coming in here expects more stream. And yeah, I'll see you again next week for another stream. Let me see, what else is next week? Nope, just preloaded shorts that are already in the making. New video isn't until the 25th. So yeah, have a nice rest of your day. And I'll see you next week. Coupla.